Let's see what happens here. I'm live.
Now.
Right. But we can't reply to it. It says Facebook user at the top.
Facebook user.
Right. So it's blocked. So I got
But
blocked.
it's not deleted?
No, it's deleted. That's why it's that way. I'm pretty sure it's deleted. I don't know. I have no idea. It won't. Think of another situation where.
Are you on your page?
No, I'm on YouTube. Think of another situation where you have so much invested into something and it can just be completely taken from you without you having anything, without any knowledge. Say you don't even get to clean out your desk, none of it. It's just like you violated, you're done, goodbye. It's weird. Like I don't even know. I assume that it's because I was talking about what was on the news. I mean, it's not like I was exposing something or, it's weird. It's just a. I guess we're not. If there's. How does somebody not think of a conspiracy when this kind of stuff happens? How do you not think that way? You think that's just average, everyday shit? You just talk about certain, you're allowed to talk about Muslims all goddamn day, all you want to, right? So, why are we allowed to do that? Why are we allowed to talk about the Christians all day long? But we're not allowed to talk about certain group of people. It's weird. And I'm not, I stressed it time and time again that it's not like the way my this happened this time totally points to the conspiracy idea things. Brian Wallace, what do you mean what happened? My fucking page is done. They won't let me exist. Yesterday's video was just too bad, I guess. I was a bad person yesterday. I didn't block anybody. Both of you guys, they killed that page because I was talking about what I was talking about yesterday.
And can he see the Bilderberg group Facebook Live? Can he get on that? Because he blocked me, so.
Yeah, I mean, I was live on Facebook, so I don't know. I mean, I did go live through Angela's page, but if you have Angela blocked, then. So weird how people have two different faces. This face, and then, like, when you cover up somebody's face, and they look totally different.
Do you want to go, or do you want me to go?
Where? Go. I'll do this. Oh, wait, you're working, right?
Doesn't matter. Wherever. I can type ways. I wanted to read Modern Essentials and compare it to this before I
don't want to do this to feed with Marcus.
Right.
I mean, what is going on? I just don't. I don't get it, man. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to maintain. I know what's happening. You can't see the other profile. I sent Robin your profile link and it says attachment unavailable. Check your blacklist. I can't see you on my main account either. You're not listening to me. Let me see your phone, Ange. Look, this is.
Goddamn phone. Okay, don't erase the messenger though.
I'm not. No, I'm just saying. I just wanted to pull it up. Look, this is what happens when my wife pulls up my shit. All right. It says you can't reply to this conversation. All of the conversations are dead. Or the whole fucking feed is dead. Yeah, it says Facebook user at the top. That's my page.
It was your page.
Right. And every time I try to sign in, like I can't even sign in. It's like the weirdest shit.
When we first search it, Like, let me see what it does now, because I got out of Facebook
She was actually allowed to find it for a second.
for a second. Yeah, no, I can't anymore.
No, it's gone. But this is, what is this?
It's bullshit.
What would, because they're trying to what are they trying? I mean, I'm not some terrorist guy. I'm not. All I ever do is try to get people to think about what they talk about. It's not like I'm making anything up. The shit I was talking about yesterday was happening live. And that was my live reaction to what was the account I still have. I can't get on that. Or my main page still exists, but I'm blocked on that one till the 9th. And then, the only way I can go live is if I go through my wife's phone. Like, these fuckers keep the sticker on their TV so they can take it back.
Fuck you, he says.
I should be able to see your main page. You might be blocked on that page. I don't know. I can't check it now. Check afterwards if I remember. Why are they doing this to me? If I'm just wrong, if I'm just average Joe conspiracy theorist, crazy guy, does any of this make sense? This seems like a hell of a lot of effort. But for a guy that's selling porky pies. Right now it says I have one person watching. How are both of you commenting? Makes absolutely no sense. Well, you guys both watch Todd. If you put my feed next to Todd's feed, just blow for blow, who would you say by the end of the feed, especially with the things that are said, who's more likely, like not the chosen aspect, but just the average interaction and from what I've heard, he attacks people for being gay. The attacks on the women are pretty bad. Lots of shit like that. So the fact that he's allowed to exist and I'm not just seems weird to me. And I get that yesterday's video was passionate. On your main page, no post available. Paul is here. Hi, Paul. I see 4 people commenting. It's showing me 2 people watching. If you guys are watching, please go I know it takes extra effort and whatnot, but share this video, share this link into Facebook, because I need people to come here. As much as I've resisted coming to YouTube, I guess I have to. I'm surprised I was allowed to tell you the truth. Maybe it was like a year ban or something. But I just happened to try it, and it worked. I just don't know what to do anymore, guys. Thanks, Robin. Appreciate it, man. It's the weirdest shit, man. It's the weirdest shit. And it's oh great. So we're gonna go share the video online. So what's that gonna mean? Does it mean we're just gonna get bombarded with trolls? It is what it is, but oil in the house, what's that mean? Paula, are you ready to start selling oils? Or at least using oils?
Paula sell?
Yeah.
She has oils.
What is she? Does she have an account?
Not yet.
She should have an account.
She's gotta wait until her lawsuit finishes.
To get $35? No, she doesn't. Nobody.
She's got the Aroma Touch kit.
Right. Everybody needs an account. So, and the reason you need an account is so we can sign people up under you, and we can help you make money. The more people that are signed up, it's one of those things that actually works out for you as far as signing up under Ange, because she'll do that all the time. She'll sign other people up under you. You'll make the money from it. You won't even do anything. But just having that extra open account to be able to move things. As soon as Robin gets back from sharing, I'll go, thank you, brother. Or you're the same person. No, just kidding. It's so weird because it is such a feeling of validation, like I told you so kind of shit. But at the same time, it's okay, well, now that I said I told you so, what do I get out of it? Nothing but heartache, nothing but shit. And it's devastating, man. I challenge any of you to deal with what I deal with and keep going. You know, when I've got T10,000s on here talking about it just doesn't make sense. When they can't blow this thing up, and not even blow it up, when they can't, move it even a little bit, that's weird for them. For Brian Wallace to not get the results or any results, it's just weird because he's not used to that. So I challenge any of you, if you think it's something else with my Wi-Fi. Remember when everybody used to blame my Wi-Fi all the time? Oh, it must be your Wi-Fi, dude. You just need to check your Wi-Fi connection, because you must have a weak Wi-Fi connection, that's why it's happening like this. Because it doesn't happen on my feed like this, so what you're saying can't be true. If I haven't seen it, it can't be true. Well, you're seeing it now, yeah, but I haven't seen it anywhere else. So you're lying. You're making it up. You're lying.
You're a bit of a liar.
You're no Terra planner. So 2 years ago.
I know. Get a new one. I didn't know I was going to need it.
Fucking A, man. We're just in the craziest spot. It's just the craziest shit. And it's thing after thing after thing after thing after thing. I'm supposed to have surgery on Friday. I'm not going to be able to do it because we don't have a car that works. I don't have anybody in my life that will help me in that regard. So I'm just fucked. I had to push my surgery.
What are you eating? My pen?
I have to call him today and push it. I'm supposed to hear from a guy today regarding the car.
Oh dear goodness.
And I'm fucked. I don't know what to do about it because I didn't know that guy. The guy has my phone number, but because he's going to go look and it's going to say that you can't reply to this conversation, it's not going to fucking matter. This guy wanted to come today.
Who wanted to come today?
There was a guy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but did you use the same picture for the post?
Mm-hmm.
And yours?
It's going to take longer to share, but we're doing it. Robin is stuff.
Name? Stop it.
Let me see your phone. No, I don't. And I can't go look like I normally would.
Knock it off. Pepper.
Hang on, guys. I'm just trying to work magic here. I really thought something was gonna happen, and then it didn't happen. And it's just I don't understand how. If everything I'm saying is just bullshit, then why do I seem like I'm such a threat? That's what's so strange to me.
Stop chewing on my binder. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. He's empathizing, saying I get where you're coming from. He's validating. These are really key things that So there. So there.
I'm sorry, I gotta fucking do this. I know I'm not entertaining as entertaining as I should be. I know, I get it. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make my life work because my life is being. I don't know what to do here, guys. What do you do? What do you suggest? What does anybody suggest other than the assholes who suggest I kill myself and all that stuff? I get it. Ha ha ha. It's funny. Ha ha ha. What do you guys suggest? How do you get around a situation like this? It's like I made my own bed, so I got to sleep in it kind of thing, you know? This is what you get when you fuck with the system. When you try to call them out. When you try to benefit the rest of the fucking planet. When you're thinking about everybody equally, this is what happens to you. Is that it? Are we going to just accept that as a group? Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get the car posted. No.
Oh, and you got to get rid of it needs a new battery. It does not need a new battery. The battery's fine. You're selling the car as is. The only thing that we know that's evident is the catalytic converter. Otherwise, you're not a mechanic. So get rid of that.
I don't know. Make an ID for a new account. I don't have a computer to go on, so making a new ID is really hard because.
Did you try doing a Hotmail?
Yeah, I have to make the whole thing. I have to do all that, but usually it just remembers my shit. I've tried it before and it didn't want to let me. So I do. I guess, yeah. You know, if you don't think they're just gonna shut it down, you're fooling yourself. But I don't mind. We can give it a try. Use PicArt. That's what I've used. PicArt? What's PicArt? Jean-Luc Picard? Facebook, gotcha. Not just on lockdown, Scott. Done. You know.
It's not Facebook. You are blocked. It is Facebook.
All right. Normally, when I'm blocked, I can sign in, and it like teases me, like, look, all these people want to talk to you, but we're not gonna let them. Haha.
You cannot reply. This message or this option is not available to you. You're not waking her up by biting her.
Up next, we investigate: is there a link between LASIK and suicide? Do we really know how safe laser eye surgery are?
Why is LASIK eye surgery pushing people to suicide? You know what? My grandmother retired from an ophthalmologist office. No. Yeah, an ophthalmologist's office. As her second career. Stop it. And her doctor refused to perform LASIK surgery on people. They'd come and ask him they'd want LASIK, and he would refer them out.
What is it?
Because he said it was so dangerous. They didn't know enough about it, blah, 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 and it didn't do what they said it was doing. And now all these reports are coming out, suicides, worse vision, blah, 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 blah.
It's not all of these reports. It's just like anything else, where because you have to think about why the news picks the stories it does. What do you think the system wants from its goyim? Do you think the system wants goyim that can see well? Or do you think the system wants its goyim that can't see shit and
that's why they pushed to have them done to begin with.
No, because my uncle got LASIK done 20 fucking years ago, at least. And he swore up and down it was the best thing he ever did. He wished he could have done it sooner. There are sad stories, there are nightmares, no doubt about it. But it's not as bad as the news is trying to make it seem. The story with Jessica Dahl. So she was this reporter here, this weather girl here, and she
She didn't have regular LASIK.
She had a special LASIK done, but she also didn't wait the time. The doctor told her it was going to be, it might be this time. It might be longer. You never know. You know, not everybody fits the same mold. Thanks, Brian. So they, you know, you. Thanks, Robert.
Facebook stopped.
Her Facebook just stopped. What do you mean it stopped?
Checked me out and said Facebook has stopped.
Uh-oh. Okay, you're good.
Yay, Craig. Is Craig on there?
Mm-hmm. 2 months sober. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. Hey, man. He was on here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but yeah, right on. So, like I say, like, so even let's just say you get LASIK done in your 20s, and in your 40s, it goes, you know, you might need something done again or whatever. You understand? That's how bad eyes work. Bad eyes progressively get worse. You always need to get, right, you need to get heavy prescriptions. You know, it just progresses. So if you could, here, they're focusing on Jessica Dahl right now.
That's beloved Detroit meteorologist Jessica Starr.
Or Jessica Starr.
Pain she was in after complications from a newer LASIK.
So she was in so much, like,
It was pain. It was.
she was in so much pain, supposedly, that she took her own life. She had 2 kids at home, 2 young kids.
It's
Bullshit.
Excruciating. It's
Bullshit.
driving her crazy.
Bullshit. She hanged herself? Bullshit.
Laser eye surgeries and suicide.
Bullshit. I mean, you have to start wondering when they start talking about she had some dirt on Hillary. You have to wonder what they're doing. Like. So right now, in the last couple weeks, 2 of the surviving parents from the 2 really questionable things, events, committed suicide. In case you forgot about them, in case you were questioning them, whatever. Within a week of each other? LASIK complications, you'll get pages and pages of testimonials. If you do LASIK success stories, you're not gonna get pages and pages, because people aren't doing that. I see that shit. I see it at night anyway.
Dry eye pain. So severe that some people have committed suicide.
All he would talk about was his eye pain and his eyes, and how he couldn't live that way.
I don't know. Something's not right.
I couldn't even imagine excruciating dry eye pain all the time. I couldn't imagine. As much as tooth pain, burdensome. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine.
It is. There are going to be complications with every surgery, especially when you're talking about a cosmetic kind of surgery. You know what you don't see any reports on? How many people have complications from breast jobs? How many people have complications from fucking nose jobs and facelifts and shit like that? You guys remember Kanye West's mom died during a cosmetic process? If that guy's not part of some sort of crazy shit, I just don't understand.
I just wanted to wake up and be able to see without glasses and contacts.
So a few weeks after the operation, you started experiencing some symptoms.
Yes, right after the operation.
I don't get it, man. I don't get any of this. I feel like I'm in this world where I don't fit in at all. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why so many people want to be in the other world. You know, I don't understand why I'm the bad guy in so many situations when all I'm, you know, I'm either poking fun or seriously talking. There's a lot of things wrong with this world. And just because you've been trained to believe, that's how I see everything at night all the time. Just because you've been trained to believe that that's right doesn't mean it is. You know, this weird notion that, well, you know, you can't question people's faith and you can't talk about. Why? What if I have questions about it? What if I'm on the fence? What if I'm looking for your salvation and all that stuff? God, I wish I could believe in it. But I have all these issues with it, and I you know, and then at the same time, I think it's really a bad thing. As far as it's not even like, is religion good for the planet? It's how bad is religion for the planet? What? Huh? What's going on? Why? And you're taking our car? Oh.
I'm driving his.
Get rid of this painting. I don't know anymore. How can someone live like that?
So, you're not the only person who does this. So, we've got a lot of those conspiracies that are pushing it. But one way the result of this. I want to get Paul into this conversation.
I'm just lost, man. I'm lost.
There will be a long-term side effect. This time,
My vision, if I sat down and looked at an eye chart in a doctor's office, I might be able to make out the 20/30 line with both eyes open, but my vision was a complete train wreck. Massive stars, halos, multiple images. I could look up at the moon at night and see up to 8 smeared, overlapping moons with a massive halo around the whole thing. It was just ghastly.
Okay, so what they're doing in some of these, okay, so what you're seeing is halos around the moon. That's shit out in the atmosphere. That's not fucking just because something's wrong with your eyes. Now, I see that. My eyes I must have had bad LASIK surgery or something. Because when I look at the mirror, I see the moon, I see overlaps. I can't see the moon, just one object. I can only see, like, it looks like two moons. It looks like it's two things overlapped. And the thing is, I have really great vision otherwise. Like, I can see everything. Looking out my window, I don't have trouble seeing very much, but lately it's been strange. It's a fucking surgery. The idea that people think it's no big deal is the funny part. You know, that you think that you think getting a surgery is no big deal, that's your fault. Well, I didn't do enough research beforehand and didn't realize they're not going to talk about John Podesta in that shit, are they? You know, there. Again, there's so much going on that I feel like I just keep tripping over myself and all that stuff because it's scary. What was signed into law? Okay, so yesterday I made a post to share your live faster. Well, thank you. Yesterday we got signed up to the United States. The Podestas were in the hotel room right down the road during a kidnapping. It's insane. It's really, really scary, the Podesta connection to that whole story. Like, for people to say, oh, that's just a conspiracy and blah, 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 well, then you obviously haven't looked at it at all. Because for non-detectives, for regular fucking dumbasses like myself, to be able to put together such an intricate and horrible story, a theory, whatever, shouldn't that at least encourage the police to do something similar? You know, when the sketches come out and they look just like him and his brother, and then you get an Anthony Weiner guy there too, and Weiner's the guy that got in trouble. They shut his ass down, didn't they? When do we start paying attention? You know, when it's your kid, then you want everybody to pay attention. But when it's all these other kids, it's like, well, Lisa's not my kid. Something wrong there. Okay, so Robin and Brian have both shared this thing, and nobody's here. Don't tell me they're shutting this one down already, because that shit don't make no sense. If you show up here, don't forget to subscribe, and let's try to build up the YouTube page. I don't know. I think YouTube's harder than Facebook is, because I know they're strict. So I'm really trying to keep myself edited as much as I can on here, because fuck, man, they don't mess around. And obviously they shut me down for what I was saying yesterday. You know, Canada came out. There quite a few countries came out yesterday talking shit about what Trump decided to do yesterday. I'm apprehensive about even saying it because of their control scheme. Their control scheme has me apprehensive to speak. But I'm not the only one thinking something's wrong. Fuck, man. When the governments of the world are stepping up and saying, "Hey, what are you guys doing? You can't do that." They've already taken too much. You guys are already doing too much with this situation. You know. That whole situation is so goddamn scary. Their power over the United States, the fact that so many people, like the idea that Trump is this huge America first, make America great again, America, 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 we need to get out of all the foreign shit. Wow, she's beautiful. Good God, look at her eyes and shit. Wow. Trump is all America this, America that. Well, then why is that one country like, oh, well, that one's okay? You know, they're this huge, they're always involved in conflict. Again, I'm watching what I'm saying here because I want to say other shit, but I got to watch what I'm saying. But the you know, Shekel Goyberg. Shekel Goyberg, that's funny. Yeah, Shekel Goyberg's right. There's something really wrong here, man. And it's so obvious. The way, like, it's always funny the way that, like, they always stand around the person. So when Pompeo has to go, you know, kiss the wall shit and do all that, they all, like, stand real close and they, like, look at him and they look at the cameras and they look and the same thing was happening yesterday. And then you saw a reporter try to ask something about Palestine and the Palestinians, and Trump just shut that down. And then the guy that's being indicted right now, he pipes up and says, well, wait, Mr. President, because, you know, he's allowed to outspeak the President of the United States. He says, no, and he answers the question, but he says something snarky, because both him and Trump go, it's fucking scary, yo. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sharing. Look at how frustrating is that. Think of what other videos do you guys share that get nothing, that don't exist. That if you were to say they're getting censored, then it would make sense. Otherwise, nothing else makes sense. How often do you experience this kind of shit with the things that you share? And how often are those things as harmless as I am? I'm harmless, right? Not only am I harmless, I'm making shit up. You guys allow Scientology? They allow Scientology to exist. A bad, terrible fucking science fiction writer says, hey, you know how we can make some real money? Start a religion. And he does it. And then talks about, yeah, you want to make real money? Start a religion. We know where that religion came from, yet somehow they're allowed to exist. Did you guys know that the head of Scientology, his wife, has been technically missing, hasn't been seen in like 12, 13 years, 14 years? I don't know what the most recent is. It's not unusual for us to bring 100 to 50 people to live feeds, except yours. It's not unusual, but it happens that way.
They want you to look at
And all those people might, you know, you could make the argument that those people are all blocked on Facebook, but they're not blocked here.
I agree. I think
Weird AME is.
snapshots in time that they conducted in
What is going on?
statistics at a year, at 5 years, at 10 years.
Just look at it all, man. I'm open to be wrong. If somebody can come up with a reasonable alternative option, I'm all ears, man. Because if you can come up with something else, if it's something else that's happening, then I can make adjustments. And maybe I can fix that problem. I mean, if it's just my dumb face, well, I'm stuck with that. But I don't think it's that. I told you guys this was going to happen. For the last few days, I've been telling you, man, you gotta make sure you be friends with everybody. You be friends with each other, and you guys be friends with all of my pages, because they're gonna shut something down here soon. They don't like what I'm doing, even though I'm exercising my freedom of speech. I'm so careful about what I'm saying right now. It's pretty weird. It should make people think. It should make people go, oh, yes. If anybody's got it right, it must be me. They let everybody else do their thing. Everybody else is allowed to succeed. I'm not. Why? It's fucking crazy, don't you think? It's crazy. I share on Facebook, and it's a constant 20, 30 viewers. I've been telling you guys this forever. Everybody's just been downplaying, and I don't know. Again, you don't see it anywhere else, so you just think it's something, I don't know. Like if you could say, yeah, this is one of their tactics because I see them doing it on this and this and this. They don't. All the other truthers out there, if you consider yourself a truther, and you're not you haven't been reduced to what I am, then you're doing something they want you to do. You're not rocking the boat enough. If they allow you to exist, because that's it. You have to remember that. It's so easy to think that because there's so many people on Facebook that everybody just sort of gets a pass, and you have to really, really make noise before they pay attention. No. Especially if you've already made the list or whatever. What do you think the facial recognition software does? When I'm doing Facebook Live, if I happen to pan over to my wife for just a second, and it happens to catch her face, it asks me if I want to tag her in the video. That's how well their software works. Like, I'm not making that shit up. I wouldn't even think to make that up. That wouldn't even be I was surprised when it happened. You have to remember this stuff.
years later, there's still no trace of them. And the next true crime, where is Madeline?
I bet you they don't even bring up Podesta unless it's to say, and then there's the crazy conspiracy theories.
Disappeared from a resort hotel. Madeline McCann is nowhere to be found.
Do you think they're even going to show the sketches? That's not the sketch that we all saw.
The British police thought they found it, but there's no needle in a haystack.
Portuguese police are now convinced that something dastardly happened inside that apartment.
Obviously.
On the next true crime, we dive into the most
Obviously. I bet they don't dive into the most controversial theories. What do you guys think? Can somebody tell me what's going on? Can somebody tell me why the fuck this is happening? Yes, I think they are blocking people like me and Robin from your accounts too. Do you have facial recognition turned on in your account? I have mine turned off. That's why there's no way they'll show the sketches. They look nearly identical to the Podesta brothers. Right. No, dude, you don't have your you have your facial recognition turned off. You're hilarious. You really think you can turn that shit off? They just said they're going to get into the most controversial theories. There's one real big controversial theory that's like has a lot of evidence. Do you think they'll talk about that? No. I think they might bring it up real quick. It is funny though. Podesta was on TV yesterday for the first time in forever. I haven't seen Podesta on TV in a long time. Podesta's on TV yesterday, and today and tomorrow they're going to talk about the Madeline. They start talking about the Madeline McCann case on Dr. Oz show, and they're going to, like, how weird is that? But okay, just because there's an option for you to think you turn it off so it doesn't automatically tag people in your photos, what I'm saying is that's what you're turning off. You're turning off the automatic tagging feature. You're not turning off the facial recognition software. That shit is just happening regardless. You know. Trust me, you happen to fucking have a most wanted, you happen to go online and be doing your live feed or whatever and just happen to catch a most wanted person on your shit that you hang out with, it's going to trigger something and they're going to come talking to you. It's a fake feature, fake. No, it's not. It's not though. It's easy to think that way, but like I say, when I just glance over at my wife with my camera, it automatically tags her. Or asks me if I want to tag her. When I go live on this, it's funny. Or when I went live on my backup page, right away it would ask me if I wanted to tag my other account because it would recognize my face, and that's Guy Williams' page. So you want to tag Guy Williams? If you use any Facebook filters, it's a facial mapping program. By the time we know about it, it's already done. Now it's just continual information. But there's not like before we figured it out, they had already done it. What does everybody think the Pokemon fucking Go thing was? They had everybody walking around with their camera, filming everything, filming their houses, filming their rooms, the entry. They have to move stuff around so you can find that Pokemon hiding underneath the table or whatever. You're mapping everything for them. Tangela, lay off the Pokemon. Why would anybody take, like, it's cool to like something, but why would you take it so seriously that if somebody else said something negative, it would affect you? Like, yeah, I like that. I like that song, City Man Gone. It just has that stupid ass, it's a stupid song, but it's sung well. Ignition, another one of those songs, the remix to Ignition. A song that's sung well, even though it's fucking stupid, and then you know the guy's talking about some nasty shit. It's gross, but it's still... You have to be able to admit that you like shit and not give a fuck. That's what the news was doing earlier, is they keep doing this thing where the chosen they sort of tell us that what we should do is get mad about mom shaming and this kind of shaming and that kind of shaming and blah, blah. Nobody ever tells people, hey, just get a thicker skin and don't let that shit bother you, man. Why are you letting so much bother you? You know how most people work. You know why people do shit. Why don't you look at yourself? Because all of us have that asshole potential in ours. So on those days where you're just being an asshole, why are you doing it? If the person you're doing it to laughs and just plays along, does it not kill it? Or if they just if they don't care, does it not kill it? If you can see it's bothering them, isn't that what fuels the fire? So why do we tell people to get upset? Don't get upset. The person that's making fun of you is making fun of you because of some sort of hole in their shit. Why would you let them bother you? Now they want to call live Facebook video shares bullying? What? Who's bullying what? No. Like what the Couchies do, that Couchie nonsense is 100% bullying. Trolling and trying to disrupt people and just, you know, you're not doing it because you're trying to help them. You're not doing it because you're trying to be nice. You're doing it to be an asshole. So, you know, you can't sit there and pretend like it's a good thing. Nobody's ever been trolled and it worked out to some good shit. Some random fucking people came in and they were like, oh, coach, and the person was like, fuck yeah, coach, and it just went into this great, you know, new relationship and blah, blah, blah. This guy, actually, how did your company start? Well, it's funny you say that. I was doing a live feed and this guy came in and asked me if I had a couch for sale. And I didn't, but we struck up this conversation, and from then on, we just became best friends. That never happens. No Fortune 500 companies are started that way. 99.99999% of the time, people come on a feed with their trolling nonsense. The person on the receiving end is like, what the fuck, man? Get the fuck out of here. Why are you even bothering with this nonsense? Crazy. It's crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. What do we do, guys? I'm doing the thing I know to do. What I know to do is speak up, is continue the fight even though I don't. This last one was a real kick in the nuts for some reason. I don't even realize. I don't get it. I knew it was coming. It was just yesterday in itself was just a big kick in the nuts. The whole thing in yesterday, watching the news conferences and watching the shit get signed into law and all that. That's ridiculous. That hurt. The couch stuff is fun sometimes, but at some point, certain streamers need to be left alone. If you've been couched once, you've been couched a million. But I don't... What's fun about it? Can you please explain to me what is fun about some people? Because I don't care what anybody says. It only happens on truther feeds. What is the point in people are trying to discuss, talk about something, come together in a what we'd like to be a safe environment amongst peers, and you come in and try to disrupt it with what I believe to be pedophile nonsense. Because I don't care what anybody thinks. The couch stuff started. You have to ask yourself, where does it start? Haven't you figured out yet that unless they want something to work, it doesn't work? With all the effort you've put into trying to fucking blow my shit up, you would think by now it would at least be higher than 5-6 people on a regular basis. Getting reactions is what it's all about. What do you mean getting reactions? I don't get it. You get the reaction that people go, what the fuck? Shut up. Get out of here. Oh, wow. Now this person's upset because they're trying to have a conversation and you're bugging them. And the thing at the couch is, again, so the Pizzagate thing gets blown open. And within a couple of months, instead of being able to still use their pizza terminology, they're using the couch terminology. And somehow it works. I still don't understand how you make such a stupid, not funny thing such a prominent thing. And the thing is, it's so prominent amongst fake shill pages. Especially when it first started, 90% of the time, you'd go look and it would be a fake page. So, or a private page. The other 9% it's private, and then every once in a while you get a real page. So how does that even happen? You know, where does this thing come from? Where does it come from to the point where Joe Rogan, MSNBC is talking about it? You know, Kekistan blows up like it's a real place and shit. Like, where does that even come from? You really think it's accidental that all of you guys, you silly sheep, are doing something that you don't really even understand? So, again, let's just say you're a pedophile. You're part of a pedophile ring. And you still want to be able to, you actually want to take it to a new level. Because you found this Facebook Live. Why do you think they gave us Facebook Live? Obviously, it's to map and to give more to them. But they're going to get a benefit from it for themselves, too. So, if on feeds where you know the underbelly tend to be, because, you know, the truthers always tend to be the people that are more affiliate. You don't see that stockbrokers being truthers and shit like that. But on these truther feeds, you have all these people that will, I guess, these sheep. Like, it's not even a funny joke. And if you want reactions, especially from a guy like me, your best way to do it was, I say a ton of shit. Why not call me out and make me look stupid on any of the things that I say? You know, I don't follow protocol with very much, so why not try to make me look stupid? Why make yourself look stupid and think that's funny? I just don't get it. Maybe I'm just smarter than most people in the truth in the couchy world, but to me it just seems fucking asinine. But let's just say you're part of this fucking world and you want to be able to put shit out there. So you get your little fake page going. You get this big fucking video going where there's a bunch of other people. Like, it's like, hey, you put it out there. Hey, you know, for the best business transactions, go check out this. People always come on here and tell me Ashanti said something. They found it on some Craigslist ad. Think about what they're actually telling you. That through some backwards, back portal, dark web shit, there's an agreed, hey, let's meet up in these truther forums, and we'll throw it out there. And you say, hey, you got a couch for sale? And 90% of the people that are involved are just dumb shit fucking, I guess, followers. I don't really get it. I just don't really understand it. But 90% of the people doing it are your cover. Because they'll be the Brian Wallaces. They'll argue it. Oh, no, it's totally safe. It's okay. I don't know where it originated. I don't know anything about it. But it's safe. It's okay. And yeah, who cares that all these people have all these amazing fake profiles that seem to have tons of reach, and your profile gets blocked all the time. And you know, never mind that it defies the laws of Facebook. Never mind all that. Just don't pay attention. So that 10% that throws it out there and they wait for another person to respond to them. Somebody sees the couch thing and responds with a, yeah, I've got a brown one or something. Or they go look at your profile page, and when you're one of these random people that happen to have a kid in a semi-compromised position for your profile picture, which a lot of these couchies seem to do, then they send, hey, okay, yeah, I got a couch if you're looking. And it keeps going. And that's how you can initiate a transaction out in the open and not worry about it. That's old school prison tactics. You know, you talk about something in a different way in front of people, and you can handle business and they don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Most people are going to write it off because they think conspiracy, oh, that's just conspiracy. Yeah, right. Okay, so 200,000 children go missing every year. Where do they go? And how is this all networked and worked around? If it's not hiding out in the open, then there should be a pretty specific place where you can go to and find it, you know, elsewhere. And there's not. You would think that, you know, they would be able to bust it if there was. But, you know I'm wrong because I don't follow the rules that you guys put you guys put forth. I say, hey, the idea that you're falling for it is part of it. And oh, no. Let's see. They don't just troll truthers, though, but yes, they do. Yes, they absolutely do. The one thing they don't do is troll anybody that matters. You'll never see a Couchy raid on a Podesta feed, a MSNBC feed, something like that, where they're live streaming somebody like that or something. You never see that shit. You don't see it when guys are sitting there putting on makeup. You don't see it during the pool parties. You don't see it on the baseball card pages. I watch the baseball card pages. You don't see that shit. There's plenty of places you don't see it. You see it on truther pages. And you see it on truther pages that might be knocking on the door. I know my feed will go relatively, relatively couch free until I start touching on certain topics. The big I being one of them. And all of a sudden it's like they just come out of nowhere. The world is going to shit like predictable nonsense of a bad song. Brian couldn't share a joint. Some lives are useless. Some people embarrassing trolls have great contact and they want the attention. Yeah, but again, so it's funny because you look at the feeds that are useless. You look at the Christy Moreno feeds. And she's getting 600, 700,000 viewers at a time. How is that even possible? Not only is she getting, but she's not getting shut down because it's not like nobody's reporting her. She's fucking lying and she's doing a shit job. And from what I understand, it's pretty bad, actually. The couch troll started with, I heard you have a couch for sale. Then people seen that, they added a few words to reactions. It's like your grandfather telling your mom. No, it's not. It's not true. That's like how yesterday on the news, they keep preaching that it's self-defense and they have the right to do it because it's self-defense, because they're about to start an offensive. And they're programming you that it's just self-defense. It's a lie. You're lying. I have been very much a part of Facebook for a while now. I was doing videos before the live feed started. Once the live feed started, right away I was doing it. The couch thing started out of the fucking blue. And it wasn't there was no build up. There was no, there was no subtlety. It was like one day, the day that I happened to be going to buy some Masonic jewelry from somebody. Some lady, I guess, was selling her dad's old Mason cufflinks and a couple of pins or whatever. And it worked out that as soon as I got in my car to go get those things, I was on a double buy that day. I went to go get something from somebody else, and then it was like, and I was telling everybody, oh, I'm gonna go get this, and I'm gonna go get this, and then and I got a couple of things I got to do, but it's gonna be awesome. And I went, and there was 2 couchies that came in at first, and it was like, hey, you got a couch for sale. I heard blah blah blah, and my wife was actually on the feed, and she was like, no, that's weird. What is this? And then I went and got the Mason shit, and as I left that woman's house and got in the car, boom, I just got hit. Couch, random, just person, and it was just like, what is going on here? How is this just happening all of a sudden? Hundreds and hundreds of people, supposedly, hundreds and hundreds of profiles, just out of the blue, it just happens. I haven't seen this anywhere else. And then you started seeing it other places after it happened on my feed. But this it just happened because one person said, hey, I heard you got a couch for sale, and other people thought it was funny and just kept going with, that's just bullshit. It's bullshit. It makes me wonder who the fuck you are. Because you're pushing bullshit. It's like grade school. You're right. I have no clue what I'm talking about. People don't just search for public live videos to troll. They just give us lists of people to troll. I'm sure there's more to it than you try to play it off as. The fact that all of these random fucking people and again, they're all in the exact same level. They're all, and they come one after another. They come in like 2s and 3s. So when you block this one and that one, then another one comes in, and it's all that they all speak the exact same speech patterns. They screw up the same words. It's it's bullshit. The fact that they have the power to do what they do, considering they get reported and all this other stuff, it's just bullshit. And the idea that, again, this is my favorite part about the Brian Wallace argument. The idea that, it's conspiracy all over the world and blah blah, but the government doesn't fuck with Facebook at all. No, they don't. No. They don't try to manipulate and infiltrate Facebook. They used to infiltrate Black Power meetings and this and that and the other thing, and there was always FBI spies and CIA spies everywhere, and they used, they had to physically be there. Now that they don't physically have to be there, they could just monitor the main server, which they're probably in charge of anyway. They don't do it. They have good trolls and bad trolls. They got prank calls. It's maybe I just think too highly of the population, but I can't wrap my head around it. It's not funny. It's stupid. Especially too when you realize, like, the person you're trolling is like, fuck yeah, come on, let's do this. You guys are proving the point. There's no way this happens organically. You can't get it to happen organically. That's the funniest thing. You can't get the trolls to do anything good. If you were to say, all right, hey, you know what, guys? I know we normally do this or whatever, but hey, there's a lot of children being molested in this situation, and we have the power to bring the light to it. Hey, let's just focus our energy on this for a second. You wouldn't be able to get nearly the numbers. So what you're saying is, this thing that I believe to be pedophilic in its origination would never try to expose pedophiles. I wonder why. And the whole thing, like, you can't tell me that my theory on where the couch thing started doesn't make more sense than the Brian Wallace theory that it just happened because somebody thought it was funny, and then another person did. And now they happen to come through with well-organized precision and, and military-like precision. Yeah, no, that's just fake. Nobody ever said I was the only one, and my only one what? I'm gonna call you out on it. It's funny how no matter what I say, people don't hear it. They hear what they want to hear. You're trying to argue me and trying to discredit me so badly that, but you can't because I don't allow it. So you start lying and making things up. It's weird. When you are married and have children, it is stupid. If you have a minimal life expectations and are childish, you think it's funny. I never, I've always been extremely childish. I've always liked cartoons. I've always been considered immature by the population. You know, for the longest time, I didn't have children, all that shit. I would have never thought it was funny. I would have always, especially if it was a situation where I was going to go seek out the most controversial people I could find, and instead of engaging them and showing off how dumb they are, I'm going to, again, point how stupid and minimal I am and what very little I bring to the table. I just can't. Why would anybody do that? Especially when called out. Like, all right, well, it's not like I'm somebody that's looking for people to pat them on the back. I'm always looking for people to contradict something I'm saying. Engage me in these conversations. And instead of doing that, you're just going to, again, point how stupid you are. It just doesn't make any sense. You don't know anything about trolling. There are hundreds of secret, closed, public groups with hundreds of thousands of members. Millions. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. I think stuff like that, Facebook cracks down on stuff like that. Stuff like that can't exist. And the fact that there's these secret, but they're not government, right? They're just these secret people that all get again, how come none of these secret groupings of people ever get together to try to expose anything? Millions of people in these groups, and none of them try to do anything good. They only just get together to fuck with random truthers. Oh no, it's not just random truthers. Even though you never see it and nobody else ever sees it, we seriously do. If anything, you sound like a fucking troll that's trying to deflect and doing a very poor job. You're just giving me more ammunition. Facebook's live group has 400,000. That's just one group. Go search it. Yeah. Again, so the idea that it's part of Facebook, that they can manipulate the numbers, they can pad it, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. As hard as life is, as busy as life is, you're telling me with all of the options that people have to do, and first of all, that they have to accomplish without having any sort of fun, but then when they can have fun, instead of doing anything that's actually like social or fun, or they try to pick random fights with truthers. That makes no sense. Hundreds of thousands, millions of people have nothing better to do than go around and do that. What you're doing, what you do on my feed, defeats your own argument. Because you have better things to do than that. And that's even just joining on my feed and having conversation. And then all the other things you supposedly do. But then again, I don't believe you are who you say you are anyway, so it doesn't matter. The fact that Facebook would lie, a few years ago, five years ago, whatever, they used to be able to do that. They used to be able to just sort of create a personality, and people didn't know better. Nowadays, people will go and look and see how long you've been in existence. Have you been on Facebook for a long period of time? Have you done this? Have you done that? Are you a real life person or what? You know, people don't fall for it nearly as easy as they used to. And it's strange how this works. So what they do is they then, they can either fudge the numbers to make it look like somebody existed longer than they did, or they just have plants that have been there for long enough, or they can incorporate and hire people. I'm telling you guys right now, if the situation comes to me and says, hey, you got to stop doing this, you can keep doing this, but you got to do this, you got to do that, and we're going to pay you, I'll do it in a heartbeat. I'll sell you fuckers Pepsi and Coke on the same fucking commercial. I don't give a shit. I'd love to fix the situation, but if it's either fix it or get crushed by it, or play along or get crushed, fuck it, I'll play along. I'm too old. Most of them are just sheep. Don't believe you, man. Not government agents. I don't think. See, again, this is the funniest part. I don't think most of them are government agents. I don't think most of them exist. I think a good 50% at least, probably more, it's more like 70% of those profiles are Brian Wallace's. They're people like that have countless other profiles that you think might be real people, but you have no fucking idea. Brian Wallace is fantastic at having people believe that other profiles aren't him. He has more profiles than it seems like it would be possible. Do you pay attention to people? Everyone is staring at their phones. Yeah? So? Does that mean everybody is being an asshole? No. I don't personally know anybody that does shit like that. I know there are personalities on here that claim to do shit like that, but I don't personally know anybody. You've been on Facebook since 2010. See, again, there's no way of proving anything other than that. We don't know who you are. And the fact that they would have the foresight to be able to put people into positions 10 years ago, whatever, that's not that fucking difficult. There are plants everywhere. But what the world has shown you is that all you need is a good leader. A good leader can manipulate your schools of people. A good leader with the right connections and magical powers. When you're somebody that defies Facebook logic, I can't help but question the shit. And the thing is, like, again, I've been on here since 2009 at least, I think. But you can't tell me you're more experienced in all of this than I am. You might be more experienced in certain things. But as far as actually being the person and doing the feed itself, experiencing not only the Facebook side of things, but the people side of things, it's funny. I'm an admin in various groups. All have issues of trolls. Sockbots, yeah, I'm all 7 viewers on here. No, you're not. But again, the fact that you try to downplay the shit is just funny to me. It's funny to me that all of the other conspiracies are something, at least but not this one. The fact that Brian constantly tries to convince you that the government isn't infiltrating Facebook, the thing that they give us, is just fucking stupid. They just give this to us. They add all these rules and all that, but they don't infiltrate it. It's idiotic. Bring all of your devices, sharing, bring else to. People need to turn the phone off and get back to real life. I think there's a both. Well, this is the future, man. The future is what it is. What people do need to get outside and do more, but what's more important, so if people truly are being manipulated to be these fucking trolls for no reason, why can't they be manipulated to troll Trump? Why can't they be manipulated to troll to try to do something good? At least get something out of it. You can't tell me it wouldn't be, if you're talking about getting reactions, how could you get more reactions than if you went onto a Catholic sort of page and started calling out all that shit? Talking about, well, what about the priests and what about this and what, why aren't you feeding people? Why aren't you this? You would have so many reactions because that's what it's all about, right? Reactions. If you really wanted reactions, that's what you would do. Find out who I am Friday when I pick him up and we go. Doesn't mean shit, dude. Again, for many, many years, the government would infiltrate all sorts of shit. People would have no idea that their neighbor that they've had for so many years had family, our kids grew up, and that they were actually agents. Agents can be anywhere. We have no idea. Nowadays, they need less physical agents out there doing it because they have all these social media platforms. But that doesn't mean they don't have them out there. The fact that Brian Wallace can share a video with a monkey dick in a hand and a monkey dick fucking a guy's hand, and it gets well over 100,000 views, and he doesn't get blocked for that shit, that says a lot. Of course his pages are going to get blocked sometimes to keep the illusion up. But it should happen a lot more. What the fuck? Jeremy is a fake account for sure. Yeah, I believe that one. I believe it's possible that everybody can be fake. I don't know any of you. The ego is what prevents you from acknowledging this point. Jesus Christmas. Keep bouncing, little girl, with your big boobies. The ego is what prevents you from seeing it. You believe that if somebody was fake, you would know. If somebody was, I would know. I would fucking know that shit. Fuck yeah, I would know. You wouldn't be able to trick me. Wow. She is hot to trot, buddy. I could be a government troll for sure. I definitely could. I would imagine, see, I go to great lengths to sort of disprove it though. In my world, the letting people in, talking about the personal shit that I talk about, the relationship stuff, the having the water company show up with a notice and not trying to, all of it, begging for money and shit. That, I'm trying to fucking. I try to do everything. I put it out there, man. You know, if I'm doing something suspicious, if I seem to have more power than most do, then please point it out. But for me, it seems pretty obvious that it doesn't work out. Wouldn't that be the best way? Play the part of a truther? For sure. And that's why I constantly ask you to question somebody that gets caught manufacturing and distributing and copious amounts of methamphetamine and doesn't see any jail time for it. And then comes on Facebook and seems to be allowed to have more he has more power than I do. Yes, I skipped your comment. You're such a dumbass. You're always trying to stir the pot. Trump blocked you on Twitter. I'm legally blind federal agent. You could be anybody in the world, and we just have to believe that you say you are that person. You're legally blind, and you're gonna go pick Brian or Robin up? Shit, Robin, I wouldn't want to ride in that car. He's legally blind. Is it possible you are fake? My guess is you'll say no. You're the realest person on Facebook on the Book of Faces. Yeah, I'm the realest person on the Book of Faces. That's me. Talk about conspiracy watching. Yup, that's me. Definite government agent. Isn't it funny how you guys try to do that? I'm not the one that has the ability. Like, I'm the one that's on YouTube because my shit keeps getting shut down. I'm the one that struggles for views. You guys are the ones that seem to be able to defy Facebook. Not me. I'm not the one proudly running around pretending I'm a troll and defending trolls and all this shit. Only thing I do is to look at the shit that we're not supposed to look at. And then I get in trouble for it. So that seems like a pretty backwards ass. Like, I seem like the person that the system would be against. But, oh man, you want to say I'm not? That's cool. I mean, again, fucking prove it. I don't know. I go back. You can easily pull up my videos for years and years and years. Easily, you can see the transition in me. You can see my kids growing up. You know, all these things. I've existed, no doubt about it. And I've been rocking the boat the entire time. I've never been somebody else. Yeah. I'm in a situation where I am. Wow, keep doing it. Yes. I'm in a situation where I'm fighting for my life daily. I'm not saying that, I don't get to exist on the government teat because I'm getting surgeries and constantly have to fight for this, and it's fucked up. Government has been trolling us before I was a stain. It's true. It's true. The government has been trolling you forever. They say if you start looking, you'll see that Martin Luther King's grandfather was being watched. Well, if his grandfather was being watched, how could he be this random fucking person? Goyim don't make it. It just doesn't work that way. Goyim stay Goyim unless Social Security is how the government pays trolls. Section 8 is how they house the trolls. The internet is how they track the trolls. Wouldn't that work? I mean, it just... If you were going to build a system and you had nefarious purposes, you didn't want people to be on an equal footing, and you wanted to maintain absolute control, what would you do? Controlling brains and having people police themselves would probably be one of the first things. Jesus Christ, my fucking wrist hurts. I can't seem to smoke the pain away. I don't get any drugs, so it's you smoke or you don't. Trolls on here made us forget the topic. There is no forgetting the topic. That is part of the topic. We're talking about the system as a whole. My fear of the system, my dealing with the system, the fact that I'm on YouTube right now is just nonsense. The system that proudly boasted what they were doing on TV yesterday. There are countries all over the world that are against this thing, and Guy Williams talks about this thing, and I get shut down for it. That's the system we're up against. They can talk about it, they can put it on the news, they can do all that, but we can't. I mean, what the fuck is that? I knew yesterday was a bad day to be truthing, especially in with that subject matter. So I was relatively careful. I tried not to say anything that I knew would be could be easily used against me. I wish I didn't have to use both hands to smoke. That'd be a lot easier. I smoke screen my life with Facebook. Have you heard of the golem? It's written that the rabbi writes words on a scroll, places it in the golem's mouth, and the golem acts on those words. Sounds like a metaphor for propaganda to me. Yesterday, watching the presentation, because it's a presentation, it's not, it's like obviously when you watch it, how often do you see Trump reading from a script, right? He very rarely reads from a script, yet with this situation he absolutely read from the script, and would he'd be reading from the script, looking down, and he'd pop in and be like, and that's really awesome. That's great. I like that because he's the best. And then he'd go back down. And it was just like a blowjob festival back and forth. I need to get high. My armpits are sweaty over this. Why is nobody else commenting? There are 5 other people. Don't you ever wonder what that's about? I've heard of the Golem. Black Francis actually did a rock opera album for the early 19th century film. The Golem is one of my favorite. I think a lot of that shit is fake. I mean, it's just it's definitely metaphor. It's definitely allegory. It's a strange situation we live in where so much fantasy is touted as reality, and then the real reality of things, which is as incredible as the fantasy, gets then touted as fantasy. It's such a strange thing. Ow. God damn it. My hand hurts so goddamn bad, and I'm not. It's such a strange thing. I just don't even know. Fuck, man. This is the strangest trip I have ever known. What do you think he did after he retired? Do you think he got like a government job? Do you think he became somebody else? Or do you think he just lived his life in infamy and just... I don't know, but I'm almost done. Up! I'm almost done. I gotta get some shit done. Well, my wife's not here, so it doesn't matter. Guess when my wife gets home, I'm gonna jump off. Speechless, huh? This is crazy. Hope you get it sorted. Yeah, me too. He probably did a bunch of dope and went to sleep. Who? Who? Oh, Jim. No, he didn't. It's easy to, like, when you start looking into that shit about it. I don't know, yesterday, Dave. The whole Laurel Canyon conspiracy, just the whole hippie conspiracy. That it was all about this idea of turning because prior to the hippie thing, the intellectual was who was against the war. And then they created this hippie. They gave all of these government, these kids of government people, of mind control, organizations and all that. They gave these people huge record contracts and told them to create and make this hippie character. So then, if you were for the war, you were a hippie. If you were for the war, you were a conservative intellectual. And they manipulated things like that. But when you think about Jim Morrison's dad was the admiral on the ship that was used in the Gulf of Tonkin incident, it answers all those questions. There's no way that's all just coincidence. $2,000. I'll take $2,000 cash over anything. You ever go on any of these shows, you want to win the cash. Whatever cash they offer, that's what you want. You don't want to win a fucking prize. You have to pay for the prizes. Oh. Oh, she's freaking out. I'll do what I can, man. Hopefully I'm still connected to the other page. That would be great because I could maybe find the guy. I don't know. I gotta go. I appreciate everybody coming on for the maiden morning voyage. Yesterday we did it too, I guess, but that was at night. So today's the maiden voyage. We'll be doing this more often. Hope you guys join us. Even though it doesn't seem to matter, I appreciate you guys sharing. Thanks, guys. Everybody, don't forget to get your free download, www.derberg-group.com. Shekel Goiberg, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that, my guy. And anybody else watching, please subscribe. Don't forget to get your free download. It doesn't look like I can write comments, so I'd leave the address for you, but, you know, go check out the music. It's the best music you haven't heard yet. So, we'll see you later, guys.